What's up?
Sorry I'm a little late.
No problem. How are you?
Ran over somebody.
That's good. LA. You don't
Yeah,
care.
that's all right.
Well, I have a couple renders to show you, basically, of my progress so far, based off of your concept sketches, and just want to know what you think so far.
Yeah, I saw the. Actually, I haven't seen this. Wow. I really like this. What I saw was actually dating back about a week or two.
Right.
So this is. So tell me, this is the consolidation of all the different like
various surfaces
mappings.
and and then different maps from the color, diffuse, specular. Oh, wow.
Wow. Now, the only thing right off the bat, and I'm gauging this is probably for a reason, it looks a little bit shinier and a little bit more contrasty than the original.
That's mostly because a lot of the stuff, as far as the actual material's appearance, is going to be done with the shader and what they're going to do in the compositing as well. So when the lighter touches that, he can basically have more control to basically tweak it and make it look exactly what you want it. So I dial the actual the texture so that it's as bright as it can get, so they can dial it down later.
I know we were doing that with Geo in that phase too. Okay, that makes perfect sense. Yeah, this is great. I did notice here that you've dropped in a graphic, which I like the placement, but I'm probably going to do another variation on that.
Which is what I would hope, actually, because it's mostly just me placing, just general things to see how it would look or what direction to go with it. But ultimately, my stuff is a bit dated, and I think your touch would be much better than what I
Well, and you know what's interesting is I like this because it gives me ideas, kind of like triggers. So the placement's really good. So what I'm probably going to do is I'm going to do a paint over just on this. I'm going to take this copy, or I'll get a file off online, but I'm going to do a paint over. Do some graphics. They're probably going to be edged or lined, like a silhouette lined, so that they're not strong. The idea is keeping this stealth.
Little basic outlines of the text.
So doing could be a call out of like a alphanumeric, sort of call out for this type of helicopter, so it can be recognized. But doing it as an outline, really subtle. And then again, some of the same access panel arrows that we talked about before. And I'm just going to pick kind of an unusual color. And what I'll do is I'll show mapping, call them out by number graphics, and I'll give you a file with all of them called out, just 1, 2, 3, 4.
It helps me a lot, actually.
And then you can just place them. And I think what might be nice is to make it a bit asymmetrical.
Okay.
So the left and the right are going to be suggesting that this craft is not perfectly symmetrical. That the utility is maybe got a hook on one side or some mechanical component that's biased.
Right.
And it just makes it interesting, and so that the shots are. So let's say if we ever have a shot where the helicopter turns, there's something interesting and provocative about seeing one side as opposed to the other.
That makes a lot of sense.
Especially with this all being computer generated, anything we can do to mix it up. Even the maps that are from one side to the other with regard to what you did here. I don't know if you've done that yet, but maybe we should have a little.
Well, in general, I tend to mirror the texture, but for purposes of, let's say, a specific shot, I'll go in and vary it accordingly.
Okay. And the only criticism I can see right now with regard to like the soiling or the blur is probably on this rear jet.
Right.
Maybe what we'll do, if you could, is leave the streaks and blurring, or the streaks of sort of debris and sort of dust off of some of these leading edges, and then keep what's behind the jet is just sort of a gradient, like sort of blurred exhaust plume.
So a little less of the actual directionality in it.
Yeah, because it catches my eye, and I want to keep the focus probably more towards the pilot and where Geo is going to hop out, and the turret. So that's where the focus is. So any additional wear, especially around this hardware, that's maybe one thing to bump up. Is where the actual clasp on the door is, and any of the edges where they like jump out of the jet or would move cargo in and out. That's where we could put the indication of the damage and wear on the paneling, even more so than you've got now.
Okay, so dial it up a bit, you say?
I'd say the rest of it, the rivets, all that additional detail that you've added, I really like it. So I think if you could just touch on those two things, I'll give you the graphics files, and I think this is moving all in the right direction.
Okay.
And then maybe one thing to do is to play with the specularity or the amount of sort of like the rainbow oxidation that occurs on the metals on this baffle here, as well as the rear jet. And give them that option, and we can always play it down again. But like you were saying with these textures, let's make that a little bit more extreme to sort of suggest that sort of exhaust patina.
Okay, I can do that. Add a little more color and break up as well for that. Yeah, they have
that might be, and it might be interesting. And if it looks a little too, too rainbow or too distracting, we'll just negate that, But at least we'll have that option.
Exactly.
But, this is exciting to see. Isn't it great to see finally get realized?
Yeah,
I love this.
I'm liking how it's going so far, and hopefully it's a success. We'll see.
Yeah, it should be.
Cool. Is there anything else you want to touch on, or?
No. Just send me those updates, and then I'll try to, like, in the next 2 days. I'll just kick you those graphics.
Actually, we can take this one with you as well. So.
Yeah. Actually, that'd be nice because I like to have something to mark on.
Exactly. Cool.
Great. Well, again, good to see you, Ted.
Nice seeing you as
Yeah.
well.
Talk
Have a
soon.
good day.
All right. Bye.